because we are just too sweet.
Welcome to episode 23, allegedly 23,
It's
of
23.
Attention Wrestling Disorder. They call me RJ Show, the whole show, nothing but the whole damn fucking show. I put that in there. And we have Chuck. And then we have the only human being in the world to watch main event to keep the lights on for WWE.
Oh my God, pipe down.
Everyone.
Better than dark.
Ooh,
That was savage.
Oh.
And on that note, we're going to introduce our guest this week, our friend
Guest,
Tank,
my ass.
AKA Steve, AKA Breckles, AKA whatever you want to call him today.
AKA pain in the ass.
I finally
it's
showed
been
up.
like 2 months in the making, guys.
I'm
So
here.
I'm glad.
I told you that
Steve,
time.
thank you for being on. It's been like 2 months. We've been trying to do this. We've been scheming for 2 months. There's been rivalries for like 2 months
he's
on
been
this.
avoiding the show for 2 months
Oh,
because he doesn't want
boy.
any of this.
I don't get paid. Pay me. I'll be here every week.
You're not worth $1. You're not worth the money. No, I don't think.
That's
No.
everything.
Rod, I think I'm going to go get some popcorn for us. So you want some popcorn, bro?
Yeah.
This is going to be probably the
So,
only episode we
all right.
do where I'm not
I
going to be ranking on
remember
Rod.
this guy. All
What
right,
are
I'm
you
going to
saying?
break the curtain. I'm gonna pull the curtain back.
Okay.
I actually known this guy for a while. I met him at a house party many years ago that Rod may or may not have been to. And then I would run into him. He would be working at the Roseland Security. Pretty awesome dude, I thought, into metal. Cool dude.
Good people.
Found out he's into wrestling. And then recently, I make posts, not always about wrestling. And the guys making these comments, these anti-AEW comments, saying that his WWE is more superior, and being a complete jackass, thinking he's better than me. And this is where we're at.
Oh, man. This is going to be a recipe for some fun.
Oh, I can tell.
I know.
You don't even watch AEW, and you make all these assumptions. You're saying how Darby got the shit end of the stick in the CM Punk match when CM Punk actually elevated him, and you're making all these wise ass assumptions.
Well, actually, I'm going to dispute that for one split second, because technically, if we want to talk about AEW, I actually did hang out with Breckles on a Chris Jericho cruise, which was predominantly an AEW inspired cruise. So he has some AEW support. Don't let him fool you.
Yeah, he's a mark.
But no, Steve's
I
always been a
love how you're
Jericho
not
fan,
even
though. So.
responding to me. I love how you're just keeping quiet.
He's a still frame on my end. I don't know. Up, he's out. He'll be back.
You see, once again.
He's gimmicking. It's all good. It's all good. He's gimmicking you. He's working you. So Breckles will be back, but we got some good stuff.
Should we just I'll wait till he gets back. I mean, to be honest, we've been teasing this thing for weeks, and I just got tired of it.
He's reconnecting. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, I just see on the things had low bandwidth, so.
Sorry about that. Lost service.
All good.
Should we just?
back.
I don't even care at this point, to be honest.
I care because we've been stirring the pot for 2 months. Let's let Breckles say his piece to you, Mr. RJ Show.
Well, okay, fine. Then we'll really.
And then we can move
Tank,
on.
the floor is yours.
Be all a bunch of. It's all you, Brex. What's going on, buddy?
No, I'm not saying any piece. I like how we were going back and forth before about asking questions and stuff.
Oh, you want to ask questions? All right. Let's pick Breckles' brain then about stuff. I don't know.
Well,
He doesn't. He knows I'm right. That's why.
Oh boy.
No.
So Steve, let me ask you a question. Did you hear my comment about how you actually were witness to some AEW with the Jericho cruise? Did you catch that, or did you cut out before that?
Yes, that is true. I did go on the second Jericho Rager, or whatever if that's what it was
double
called.
whammy, whatever they're calling it. But we hung out a little bit on that cruise. We hung out a
It
little
was a
bit.
great
I
night.
took photos of you and Valerie at the one meet and greet.
Well, yeah. Well, Steve's a huge Jericho fan. They're like anybody who knows Steve knows
Yeah.
Steve loves Chris Jericho.
Jericho is in my top 5, but the rest of the wrestlers, Marco Stunt, trash. All those guys. Dean Ambrose, trash.
Yeah, because Roman Reigns is amazing.
Scorpio Sky, he's good. I like him.
I like Scorpio Sky. He was cool too.
Hangman Page, snooze fest.
Hater.
MGF. I like MJF.
MJF is awesome. MJF is one of the best.
That I can see. You guys would get along.
MJF is like one of the best heels in the business right now. Let's call a spade a spade.
Hands down.
I'm happy Hangman is the champ, though. I'm happy Hangman won the belt. I'm happy about that. But I do hope with time, not right away, but with time, I hope that MJF does win the title from him, because MJF is like the future of like heel wrestling.
My prediction is in 3 years MJF goes to WWE. But
okay.
I think
and then WWE is going to fire him the next week.
Oh boy!
Now, if you use a racist tweet in regards to Indians, yeah, you should get fired. If we're talking about top dollar, but if you're talking about John Morrison, yeah, John Morrison, he's just a filler right now. Johnny Drip Drip, that's stupid, But
why did Beat Fab get fired? I mean, she was great.
Beat Fab
they released the whole thing. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Who
Beat
knows?
Fab was great. I like Beat Fab.
I like the whole faction.
From what I'm hearing, unfortunately, what happened with Swerve and Adonis is kind of what happened with Blake and Cutler because of Riker, basically. They were just caught in the crossfire.
I think I should, since this is an wrestling disorder, I think I'll just pull the curtain. All right. So the real reason Steve wasn't really avoiding us. Steve was here on time, but it's who that.
Oh, here we go. Right.
Mr. Not Punctual, Mr. Main Event, Rod Hancock, 521.
Right. Oh yeah.
I mean, because again, we have a rule here at Attention Wrestling Disorder. When all else fails and everything goes off wrong, blame the 521.
Hashtag blame
You
Rod.
guys are both degenerates.
Hashtag
That's
blame
why.
Rod.
Hashtag degenerates. That's why.
I don't deny my degeneracies.
Hashtag proud of it.
Exactly. You act like it's a bad thing.
I never said it
We've
was.
been like planning this thing for months, but it was taking so long that the energy was just like, ugh.
Too much energy to stress. I get it.
I don't want to play pretend, so
We're not playing pretend. Again, blame Rod.
Right.
Because we all know what Rod's going to be doing
All right.
tonight.
I'm going to celebrate.
What's up?
What? If you said something, Steve, we missed it.
He started. I think he cut out again. It's all right.
Man.
It happens. He'll be back. He'll chime back in. I will say this. We all know that you two are going to be the only two
To get
tonight
back on
watching
the outside, I will.
the Impact. What's up, Steve?
You cut out, dude.
He's probably.
Does he hear us?
I don't know. I think he's like in and out.
It's like freezing. Like.
Yeah, low bandwidth right now. He keeps saying that on his end, so.
Does it?
I know.
And as far as you concerned, stop hating on Turning Point.
Rod, then?
We hating on Turning Point?
Yeah, no, I said stop hating on Turning Point.
What's even on Turning Point
in
tonight?
the lower hand corner. Did you change your name, Samantha?
Oh, you're hilarious. I'm not
On our Zoom chat, Mr. Hancock is now known as Samantha, so.
Because we can play Chuck for that one.
That's not my fault.
Oh, yeah, right.
Hey, I blocked you because I thought you were my sister-in-law.
Oh, that's wonderful. You better hope she don't hear this.
All right.
I don't think she'd take it personally. She knows nothing about wrestling. I don't think she cares to know about wrestling. You know what the coolest thing about Sam is?
You're an advocate of WWE, and regardless of what you said, this is the first I'm hearing about this top dollar thing, but what do you think? A lot of these wrestlers, they get the chance to make it to the main roster, or some of them don't. They stay on NXT and they get canned, and that doesn't bother you at all?
If they're good, it bothers me, but some of them are just not good. Like, come on, like this girl Aaliyah, she's so
Yeah, I don't know how she's still there, to be honest. She's been there since the beginning, from what I understand.
I don't think she's been there that long. She's been there a couple of years, but I don't think she's
She
been
was
there.
on that. She was there around the same time as Tyler Breeze.
I
Yeah.
don't like just look at them and yeah, but just because they're hot or they have a certain look, I don't just think they deserve a job. They actually have to know what they're doing. But like, there's some people there who are just enhancement talents. I get it, but like they're just I'm not gonna shed a tear over oh that bad you lost your job. No, you have to
They'll
actually
find
be
other
working.
places to work.
Yeah,
Right,
they will.
they'll go to TNA. Go to
I see Valkyrie
Hopefully
going
go to
back to Impact.
AEW and mess you guys up. They'll go to
Yeah,
Impact, but hopefully they go to AEW and mess you guys up and bankrupt the company. But
I
Oh
think
boy.
WWE is going to get bankrupt first, but whatever.
I don't think so, Jay. Like as much as like I love AEW,
I mean,
like,
they're making all these
I
budget
can't.
cuts.
I don't see that happening to neither one of them, to be honest.
Here's what I don't understand about WWE. Why I think there's a lot of bullshit with these releases. It's
Yeah.
always budgetary. It's budgetary, but yet like last year was one of their most like profitable years ever. But yet,
Right.
Cutting
How
half
is
their
Drew
roster.
Gulak not fired? I mean,
Who?
he is a great
Gulak.
wrestler, and they keep him.
But Gulak
But-
became an enhancement, like Steve's saying. He's an enhancement, and that's what they're going to use him for.
So
He's gonna be in
Drake
the
Maverick
undercard forever.
made his enhancement, but they got
but
rid
they
of him.
hired him back.
Yeah, and
they
they
hired
fired
who?
him again.
Who?
Drake Maverick
John
just
Morrison?
got released.
He got released again.
Drake Maverick was only relevant during the 24/7 title thing though. After that, they found nothing for him.
Rockstar Spud, hopefully coming
They
back.
only have a shelf life for a certain amount of time. Like
I mean, unless
If you're
we
not-
go the Nick Khan route and give Raw like an extra hour.
Nick
I mean,
Khan is an
unless-
idiot
unless
for
you
even
got-
considering that.
and like to speak to main event where nobody watches anymore. There's no shows for them. You know what I mean?
See,
Like it's either SmackDown or Raw. There's no main event. There's no heat. There's no 360 or 260.
There
Whatever
is a main
205
event.
Nobody watched
that
The
either,
only one who watches it.
Rod watches all
Oh,
of
yeah.
it.
That's it.
Pipe down.
205.
See, again,
Well-
Steve's proving our point, Rod, not yours, that no one watches main event or 205 Live. Just stop watching them. They're stupid.
Yeah, okay.
Except you.
Jay, I don't know why you hating on 205 Live. Roderick Strong is getting you a bunch of points on there right now, so I don't know why you
That's
complaining
true.
right now about
Okay, all right.
I'll give 205 Live the pass, except that they're now having wrestlers that are like 300 plus pounds working that event, so I don't understand why it's called 205
Because
Live anymore.
basically now 205 Live is basically now the NXT version of the main event now, basically.
Yeah, and why they call it 205 Live? No one know. Everybody.
And
over
that's
on
why
that
the fact like a guy. But this is why I say that AEW sucks, because the fact that a guy
It'll come back. He'll come back.
Yeah.
All right. Well, while he's trying to figure that out, I mean,
and the fact that he
Survivor
sheds through
Series
happen in AEW.
sucks right now.
What'd you say, Steve? Or Jay Obrey? I'm sorry. Let's hear what Steve has
Yeah.
to say.
Why does it suck?
Who sucks?
I mean, how many times do we have to see Charlotte versus Becky?
Oh,
I love
God.
the
You're gonna
angles
be
that are
seeing that
going
the
on
rest
in
of your
AEW
life.
right
You're gonna be
Basically.
You're gonna be seeing that the rest of your life, Jay. That's
Yeah.
gonna be a thing forever because that's all they got.
Only
That's the only two they
thing that
push.
interests me in Survivor Series is probably Biggie versus Reigns, and
We all know
probably-
Reigns is gonna win.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't know about that. I wouldn't be surprised if Big E pulls the upset.
I don't think he is.
Yeah, he is,
I like Big E and I'm happy he's
Well,
champ, but
Roman
he's not
Reigns
Roman
is
Reigns good. I'm sorry.
dude.
Roman-
You don't
Roman-
have any stake in this till next week, so don't be too confident. Because I know you have Roman Reigns in the fantasy league.
Yeah, well, I have no stake for 2 weeks, so it's fine.
Same, so.
Well, again, but going back to fantasy, we all know that again I
I'm not
proved that
sold
I'm
on
better
Big
than
E.
Rod.
I liked Big E when he very first came in.
As Biggie Langston? Or you talk about NXT, or are you talking about when he actually went to Raw with Ziggler?
Yeah, that's like
No.
Big E Langston when he was the AJ Lee, Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I met him at
And then-
WrestleMania 29, he was pretty cool, dude. He's really quiet back then.
When he punched AJ in the chest, that's when I liked him.
Oh, yeah, that
So
was an
that-
accident. I remember that.
That was funny enough.
Vaguely remember that.
That was funny.
AJ no sell that.
Yeah, they were like walking to the ring and he actually like hit her in the face.
She no sold that like a champ. I met them at WrestleMania 29. They were actually really cool. Dolph Ziggler was a cool dude. AJ Lee was cool as hell. Biggie was cool, but he
AJ's
was
awesome.
definitely like still new, so he was like really quiet. He was like a lot reserved. I don't know if he's still like that in real life, but at the time you could just tell he was happy to be there, but he was very reserved about it. He's very proper. But he was still
Well,
cool.
yeah, that was before New Day and everything. That
Oh,
was
way
when he
before
was
New Day.
still
Like a year
getting-
before.
Yeah, that was
year
like
and
a
half before New Day.
year.
That was way before New Day. You know
When
my
he first got
favorite.
called up, he was still NXT champion, I believe, when he first got called up.
He might have been, yeah. So what was I gonna say?
No idea.
I just lost my train of thought.
Good.
Oh wait, I remember what it was. Oh yeah, when New Day's best run was when they were heels, because Rod's favorite reasoning, man, shoot, the fans are haters.
Because I'm not lying.
You think the New Day were heels strictly because the fans were haters?
Absolutely.
So here's my question. The New Day got over. Why didn't Hit Row get over with Vince?
I don't think Vince understands that trend. It's a
No.
different vibe than New Day, and I just don't think Vince understands a lot of that.
As far as I'm concerned, what you said,
I still
Steve,
think
to
it
me
was
is a
like-
rumor until it's proven to be true.
It was on
You mean-
Twitter.
Yeah, he had to delete. He made a diss track about gender, and like a bunch of people came after him for it. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be like fun, like kayfabe, and everybody made like a freaking big hoorah about it. I wish they would have showed that same energy for Jackson Riker though, who finally got released that was long overdue.
I still find it hilarious that the comment that got him released is a comment about someone who the boss supports highly.
I don't think that's the reason Jackson Riker got released, because he would have gotten released at the time if that was
Yeah,
the
he
case.
didn't, but his partners who will apologize for him got released. Go
I-
figure.
I think there's a point where it's just they don't know what to do with them. And I mean, granted, I'm not crying about Jackson Riker getting released. He had a subpar feud with Elias, and then they did nothing with him. And it's a shame what they're doing with Elias. They had this whole, Elias is dead, and now you haven't seen Elias since.
I mean, I guess Elias is dead.
I guess. I'm curious to see where that gimmick goes. I was all excited about that, 'cause I
Probably
love
like-
Elias.
I'm surprised he's still working for the company the way they think.
Yeah, really. I'm surprised a lot of people are still there the way they think.
Oh, remember what you said, and Steve might find this hilarious. And remember, I kind of said this, and you showed it to me about the next WWE game should have.
Oh, yes, the future endeavor.
helicopter.
Oh my god.
I'll have to send that to Steve once this is over. Oh, you know what? I'll one up you guys. I have my phone right here. I'll put it on
I
screen.
said it before you even showed it too. I was thinking that before you even showed it.
Right, hang on. I'm gonna actually find what I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna put it on the screen so hopefully Steve can read it.
Yeah, they should have a release feature on there.
It was the best.
Budget cuts in the GM.
Steve, can you read that? You see that? I'll read it. So
Yeah, kind of.
So the new game, WWE 2K22, which is going to be pushed back 100 times because every time they try to release it, they release like half their talents. So the new mode in this game is My Release Mode. My Release Mode will feature the likes of Nia Jax, Mickie James, Murphy, and much more. With this mode, you get to control the future endeavors of your favorite release superstars, create new rival wrestling promotions, and much more.
Speaking of Murphy,
Hold on. When will they get back in action to the square circle, or will they be filling out fast food job applications? You decide.
That's funny.
So Murphy, yes.
Matt, or better known now as Buddy Matthews. Is anyone else annoyed that he lost, which is probably his first match back on any type of TV?
Well, did you see who he lost to? No, he lost to some
I
slouch.
can't get mad because of who he lost. Exactly, he lost to Okada.
The G1 winner, like, come on now. You thought like
You got to make
really,
Okada look strong,
yeah.
but you know that the way New Japan books things, you know that's not going to put that much of a dent on Buddy Matthews. It's really not, because New Japan is a different breed than like WWE or AEW or Impact or Ring of Honor or whatever. Anything in the Americas, like in the American like country that's a promotion that's big, it's a different playing field. Like Ring of Honor is probably the closest thing to New Japan, but like it's even that's still a little bit different. Like New Japan, like the way they book talent, the way they book things is a lot different.
Ring of Honor, New Japan, as far as my knowledge goes, they're the only ones that I know of that do the 20 count.
I believe so. Yes.
MLW does too.
Oh, does it?
Oh.
I don't.
Oh, you
haven't
mean
watched it.
MLW Underground?
Yeah, pretty much.
Lucha W, Major Lucha Wrestling?
Major Lucha.
Oh my god!
But do they really like?
They're like making it so Lucha Underground. It's like MLW doesn't have their own identity anymore.
Let me ask you guys a question. I haven't watched MLW one. I can't keep up. But is it actually like based on Lucha Libre or is it just the Lucha Underground vibe?
Well,
Lucha Underground vibe.
Okay,
I mean,
so
they're
it's not
bringing in
over
certain
Lucha
people.
Libre.
They're bringing in certain people that were in Lucha Underground, but like in a couple of weeks they're gonna be doing it. They're gonna be filming Fusion in Mexico. So.
Oh wow! I know
tell
Dario
him
Cueto
who
is a
came
character
back
on there.
as what? Tell him who came back as what?
Oh yeah, Jeff Cobb came back from War Chamber.
But as Jeff Cobb,
He
not
came
tons of.
dressed in his Lucha Underground outfit only to take it
Yeah.
off.
Oh, he came out as Cueto. Oh, I gotta find that.
No,
mod.
not
Yeah.
Cueto. They call him another name.
It was Matanza Cueto, but
Yeah, but Matanza Duran, because now he says it's Duran, so Matanza Duran.
so he
they
took
call
the
him
outfit off.
Matanza,
Oh
yeah.
man, when did that
Yeah.
air? I gotta watch that.
It Wednesday.
Oh, was this
The
past
whole
week?
the whole
hour
episode was
before
yeah.
Dynamite.
The whole episode was War Chamber.
Oh
The
wow,
War
I gotta
Chamber
find
match.
that because now I want to watch it. I actually liked him as Matanza. Like, I mean, I gotta say, like he looks.
War
good as
Chamber
Matanza.
was nuts, man.
He
That match was
definitely
nuts.
cut a lot of weight since Lucha Underground. Like he's definitely cut weight. He looks good. He's still big, but he's definitely cut weight since his Lucha Underground days.
Oh, did you
Concept
hear
fell
why
apart.
speaking of him, did you hear why he said he didn't join WWE?
Who, Cobb?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
He
Because
said it
smart.
wasn't. Okay, no, that's not it. But it wasn't about the money because he said he got offered a lot of money to join WWE, a
I'm
lot
sure.
of money. But he says, like at the end of the day, it's not always about money; it's about being happy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, he had that one appearance in AEW and then he signed to Japan.
Because he says he loves the Japanese culture. That's why he signed with New Japan.
He is Hawaiian, and there's a lot. It's funny too because like in a weird way, like Hawaiian culture and Japanese culture are weirdly similar in certain ways, but not fully. But there are certain things about them.
Like respect-wise and whatnot,
Yeah,
and honor-wise.
just like the laid back. Oh, Japan, they're all about respect. Like they're very.
Yeah, I know.
They're very like if you listen, like even if you watch like well now COVID's a little different, but like if you watch a New Japan event, like except for clapping, the audience is mostly quiet during matches. Where like in WWE, all you hear is "This is awesome, you fucked up."
They're doing it everywhere though, and the thing that annoys me more than anything is one fall. Shut up.
Oh, everywhere you go, every fucking
Yeah.
I think WWE is the only place that doesn't do it. Oh, the entire cruise, both of them, every match. This match is set for one fall. Every
I
fucking
hear it all the
match.
time. When I've heard it I've been to 2 CCW shows. I hear it
Oh,
there.
it's an indie thing. Well, it's an indie thing.
Stop it.
I agree with you, but it's an indie thing.
Yeah, it's not going
we
away.
can't control what other
anytime
people
soon,
do. We can only control what we do. All right, I don't know.
You're too quiet.
Steve's he's
Having,
merely maybe he's listening.
Oh.
He'll be back. He's in and out. He's listening. He's a spectator.
I can't tell if he's frozen or not.
He might be. He might be.
All right, but all right. So this I want to do for the listeners who gonna be listening to this later on when we download this. If you're thinking to yourself, why does Steve Breckles sound and look familiar? Ironically enough, 4 years ago at Survivor Series, a special video got played during Survivor Series of him proposing to his girlfriend. So if you want to look that up on YouTube, so it's been 4 years. It's been officially 4 years at this event. Tomorrow, Sunday night, where the video of him proposing to Valerie came out on Survivor Series.
So funny story about that. I was at my buddy Derek's house and we were watching it. I'm like, wait, isn't that Breckles on TV? I'm like, what the hell? I'm like,
Okay,
this is
so I
awesome.
guess Survivor Series is important for that reason.
Yeah, that's the only reason it's important.
it
The 4-year
always holds a special
anniversary of
place yeah.
Breckles' proposal, apparently.
Dude, Survivor Series, this Survivor Series looks just the way they did it this year, the way they are put all the teams together, it just seems half-assed. It doesn't. I've seen better Survivor Series.
No, I agree. And then
No, Survivor Series is not what it used to be, unfortunately. It's been like that for a long time, guys. I hate to like shatter your bubbles, but I feel like Survivor Series for the last at least
I'm not gonna lie, like
7-8 years has not been that great.
no, I disagree. 2019 when they had NXT was awesome.
Yeah, that was actually okay. I'll give you that. Okay,
Yeah,
fair. That I'll give
great.
you.
Bringing in NXT,
That I'll give you.
you know, an NXT main event during a WWE, you know, pay-per-view.
Yeah,
That was
I'm
pretty
trying to
cool.
find the freaking match card. It's being all.
It was Cole versus Dunn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that
The
was
night
pretty cool.
after, the night after, like Cole went through War Games. And speaking of War Games, how weird is that going to be? This is going to be the first War Games since they brought it back that we're not going to have no Undisputed Era and no Candace War Games.
Yeah, it's a new type of War Games, but what's her name's going to be in it? Shirai. She was in wasn't she in the last two?
Yeah, and she's never won a War Games either.
Yeah, usually I feel like the heels always win at War Games on NXT.
Did it?
I disagree.
No,
didn't Undisputed Era win his faces?
Oh yeah, they did win. Oh yeah, because they won both times. That's true, and they were technically faces. You're correct.
They won once as heels, once as faces, and they lost twice as heels. So they're 2-2.
The one where Adam Cole famously got thrown through the table by Tommaso. Did they Ciampa, did they win or lose that one?
They won.
Oh, they lost.
That was the one they lost?
Team
Britt
Ciampa
Baker
won.
team.
Yeah, because it was Ciampa, Dijakovic, Keith Lee, and Kevin Owens is the surprise fourth member.
Right.
Keith Lee, another disappointment. Not
Another
Keith
disappointing
Lee, but the
release.
fact that
Yeah.
they fired him.
What are your
They
thoughts
didn't give him
on
enough
Keith Lee,
time.
Breckles? Thoughts on Keith Lee?
They didn't give him enough time,
Yeah.
but they kept changing his name and stuff, so it was stupid.
He's another one. They didn't know what to do with him. Maybe we'll get him back in Ring of Honor with Shane Taylor Promotions.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, yeah, about that.
Oh yeah, true.
Well, it could still happen in April. You don't know yet.
Or
whenever they come back, if they come back.
They might turn into an ROH 2.0, like NXT 2.0, and it might be horrible.
Oh, God.
Could be. You know what's funny about WWE for me personally right now? Like I don't hate it because there's gems on every show, but I will say that across the board for me, WWE is just so inconsistent right now. Like there are weeks where like I'm just done with work and like normally I'm excited to come home and watch wrestling, and now I'm like I'm so uninspired from work. Now I'm uninspired to watch Raw or NXT. I'm like,
You know,
Just
I
watch
don't like what they did to Shotzi last night. Shotzi, you have to shake hands, and then Sasha's the one who attacks her from behind or whatever.
it's stupid because they're both supposed to be heels.
Heel. But go ahead.
They're supposed to be heels, both of them.
No, I think Sasha. I think Sasha's full-fledged face now, or at the very least, tweener.
I don't get. She seems more.
Made her face, dude. Shotzi made her face.
Yeah, kind of.
that attack, beating her up and then like throwing her against the tank. Yeah, that pretty much made her face.
The only thing I will say is I kind of like that WWE's kind of starting to do this thing where it's like they're kind of getting away from full faces and full heels again, where like they're kind of doing the Shades of Grey thing again with the characters, which I actually like. But they never like follow through on it. That's where I get a little lost on some of it. Because like they'll do one feud as a babyface, then the next feud they're heel again. Just like, okay, you gave it no time.
Reigns is heel. Rollins is heel. There's no Shades of Grey on that.
No, they're both heels. No, they're both heels. But there's certain like, but even like Becky Lynch, like she's
Balor's like the only face on Team Raw. Everybody else is heel on that team.
Well, yeah, because Kevin, it's true because Kevin Owens is a heel again, which I'm very happy about. But I also
It's
think
funny how he did
But
it.
I'm sorry, Austin Theory should not be on Team Raw. That dude has not done nothing to get.
Austin
put in
Theory's
such an
great. Stop
important
hating,
spot.
Rod. That's one of the.
Since you're back, we talked about your Survivor Series moment. Why Survivor Series actually is important.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, it's very important to me. Yeah, but that's
We should find the link and post it in the website like we do all the other links.
you can.
We'll put it in. We'll put it in. I got to refind it. How was meeting Bailey, Steve?
What?
How was meeting Bailey?
Uh,
Was that?
Really? Eh?
Rod's so envious of you.
what?
Beyond.
And Rod cried like a little girl when Bailey turned on the fans.
Come on, got pipe down.
There's a meme of a
Ding
kid
dong, hello.
crying his eyes out. It was actually Rod.
I
Pipe
mean,
down.
she's nice. She's nice.
I'm sure she was
Yeah.
cool as hell.
I mean, we all know who the real role model is.
Oh,
D.
God.
MD. But anyway.
I had to do it. I had to cramp your style. Sorry. I do love Britt Baker. By the way, Jay, I'm just telling you now. Next league, she's
I know a 6-year-old who will decapitate you if you try.
oh well. It's been a good life.
Ooh.
It's been a good life. It's been a good life.
You know, my daughter wants me to have her, so she.
Hey, I've
she
been
will-
nice the last few leagues and let you have her. I'm surprised someone else hasn't taken her yet.
I'm surprised no one beat me to it because I picked her second.
I know. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the people in these leagues are like they're so WWE like fanned that they don't pay attention to other things. I was chatting with Amanda about the New Japan stuff when like G1 happened, and we're both like, I don't think these people realize what G1 is.
And someone asked me who is Tyrus, and it was on this person's team. And I'm like, why would you? I mean, Tyrus is a good pick, but how could you pick someone not knowing who you're picking?
I mean, the man's a television champion of NW. How do you not know who he is?
It's not everybody watches NWA, right? I'm not hating on NWA. I like NWA. I just don't watch it, right? But not everybody watches it.
I'll say this right now for NWA. The Hard Times 2 card looks amazing.
Yeah, I might have to watch that. I actually do like their
I'm
pay-per-views.
not really thrilled about the championship main event. I'm more excited for Latimer versus Aldis.
Oh yeah, because all it's a babyface now,
I
right?
mean, why not? I mean, you got two guys who never would have been given this opportunity in WWE. I'm happy for both of them.
Okay, in that respect, yes, I'm glad that that match is happening. But
What is it? Adonis
I'm
and
more
Murdoch?
excited about the other one.
No, it's Murdoch versus Knox.
Oh, okay.
Did you say Murdoch versus Knox? I thought it was Murdoch versus Pope.
No, it's Knox. Knox is getting the title shot.
What happened to Pope?
He's going to be the special guest referee of Tyrus versus Sion.
Oh, so they changed
I
it.
feel like a lot of the guys in NWA are guys that WWE kind of slept on.
They were pushing. They were pushing Pope versus Murdoch.
That is still going to happen. Pope still has his title opportunity. That is still going to happen at some point.
But
Pope
honestly,
Pope is going to
was
get the
never-
winner of Knox versus Murdoch.
Knox was never big. I mean, you know, no one ever pushed Knox, even in TNA when he was Knox.
Oh, Mike Knox is in TNA and NWA now. That's awesome.
Yeah,
When did that happen? That's recent.
At the last big show by any means necessary, night 2, like Trevor Murdoch was inside the steel cage at the prison, and Jack Stain had the main event, signing autographs, taking pictures and stuff, and Knox came out and attacked him.
Oh wow, that's recent then. I mean I haven't watched in a little while, so but yeah, no, that's cool that Knox is there. I always liked Knox. I felt like WWE had no clue what to do with him. I feel like probably a guy like Knox, I feel like he got that Gene Snitsky heat. And yes, I call it Snitsky heat, where the crowd does nothing for him. Like they don't boo him, they don't cheer him, he's just kind of there. I feel like he kind of got that Snitsky heat. Because I feel like Snitsky got that too, where people after a while okay.
With Snitsky, I think
wasn't
after
his fault,
his feud
though.
with Kane, that's where the Snitsky heat started.
What
He
happened?
got heat until after the whole Kane feud ended. That's when the Snitsky heat started happening.
Yeah, I remember going to a live event in like 2006. I remember seeing Sissy and the crowd could have cared less. The crowd didn't boo him, they didn't cheer him. They just kind of like, okay, he's here. I feel like a lot of those big monster heels get, but I feel like a lot of those monster heels get that kind of heat because like people have seen that so many times, they don't want to see it again.
There's a monster in AEW that people love who beats the crap out of everyone when he comes to the ring. Archer.
Archer, yeah. Because but again, he gets over in AEW, but he did that role in WWE and no one gave a shit.
He didn't do it the way he does it there.
He's revamped.
Yeah, but
himself.
but he's still recovering from a concussion because, as you don't know, there's no medicine for concussions.
Right.
There's no pills you can take if concussions are like going like that. There's no vaccine you can take for concussions.
Well, also with companies too, they don't fuck around with concussions because concussions are serious liabilities. Depending on how severe it is, that could like result in legitimate brain damage. Look how many concussions Chris Benoit had. Look what happened to him. Like, I'm not trying to go extreme, but you know.
Yeah, look at Chris Nowinski. That's why he had to retire all those concussions he suffered.
Well, yeah, because again, like it's all of them, and that's why a lot of wrestlers don't get certain pushes because they don't want to be held responsible in case something happens.
That's what basically killed Ziggler's biggest push when he was the world champion for the second time. He suffered that concussion.
That's also why Fandango never got a real push after that because he had some concussion issues from pre-Fandango.
He was the champion for the first time for like a minute.
They were the tag champs in NXT Fandango.
Yeah,
that's the only title he ever won.
You mentioned Ziggler.
Oh no, they basically stripped the Edge, handed him the title. Later on that night, they had a match. Edge won the title back. Some people count that as a reign, some people don't. So it depends on how you want to look at it.
Count it.
Steve's counting it.
Wait, so why isn't Luchasaurus your guys' champion?
Guys, are you asking me?
All of you, well, maybe not Rod, but maybe you know. Actually, we could ask
why is Luchasaurus not my champion?
Yes. He should be, look at all the marketing around that. He should be built as a monster destroying everybody.
I agree to a point, but you would need to change his character. You need to have him turn on Jungle Boy for that and turn him heel.
Perfect. There it is.
That's what they should do. I agree with you, but again, I have no control over that.
He has a master's degree. I guess that he could go with that as a heel.
Could.
I mean, that is part of his gimmick.
If I was in AEW, he would be my champion. He would be, look at all that marketing. He'd be a monster. I would have him running through everybody.
I mean, he kind of half did that in Lucha Underground.
Should be MJF. He's an asshole. He's conniving.
You know what?
I'm gonna Express sells a lot of merchandise though.
MJF is just Mr. Kennedy. He doesn't do the flips. You know, like
you don't think he's more like Bockwinkel?
MJF, no.
Maybe Jericho was more Bockwinkel, but MJF is
like a Mr. Kennedy Miz type of heel. He's that cocky, arrogant heel. The guy can work in the ring. But so can the Miz and Mr. Kennedy. If you really watch their matches, they can both work in the ring.
And EC3 from TNA.
How is he not Flair to you? Because
he's too young. He's too young still. He hasn't.
3 years. I'm telling you, 3 years.
I wouldn't be surprised once his deal is up if he does sign to WWE. I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be disappointed, but I wouldn't be surprised. But I think
they wouldn't really know how to handle him. They wouldn't let him.
They would Miz him. It would be the same thing as the Miz. Would he be a world champion in WWE? Probably not. But
he just wouldn't be allowed to curse. That's it.
That's because he'd basically be the Miz.
But the Miz, there's a human side to the Miz. MJF is on all the time.
Well, and that's where WWE would mess it up because that's where I think WWE would screw that up a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if he went to WWE, but I think WWE would mess him up because they would try and put the training wheels on the MJF character. But I feel like a lot of talent in AEW are going to have that problem if they ever go to WWE, like especially the homegrown talent. Like,
I don't think they'd want to go to WWE based on, the night and day.
again, I agree to a point with that, but I also do think there is still a mentality in the wrestling industry where I think almost every wrestler's goal, no matter where you are, is to eventually make it to WWE. Even like the Young Bucks said on Chris Jericho one time, they said, even though they only did dark matches or squash matches, the Young Bucks said, like, every wrestler in the States aspires to get that WWE contract at least once. Whether it's good or bad, they all aspire for that contract to say they had their shot there. Because as much as we love AEW, WWE, for the casual audience and for the majority of the country, is still the measuring stick company. I love AEW, and I'm not discrediting AEW on that because I love AEW. And personally, I'm enjoying it more than WWE currently, but WWE is still a grander measuring stick. It's more known, it's been around longer, and people know it better. And we live in a world where people like familiarity, and they're going to watch what they know.
But
I'm going to say this right now.
on AEW, you see Bryan Danielson have matches with they brought in Suzuki. You don't see that in WWE. There's a lot of matches.
There's no forbidden door in WWE, and until Vince retires, there will never be a forbidden door in WWE.
I don't think WWE will ever have that. I think WWE.
No, I've heard rumors that Triple H said he'd be open to it if he took over.
What happened, Steve?
We have Shinsuke. Nobody cares about Suzuki.
It's about Nakamura. Like,
how would you like to see? But wouldn't you want to see Shinsuke and Suzuki go at it now?
No, I got I have Shinsuke and Boog every night on my TV. I'm good.
Screw Boog.
This is great. Are you kidding?
He not play guitar to save his life.
Boog is great.
He's a great gimmick. Is he the best guitar player? No, but he's a good gimmick. But then again, we watched Elias at first. His guitar playing got way better, but like when he first started, he was sloppy too. But it's the gimmick. It's not the talent of the guitar playing. It's the gimmick behind it that makes it.
How about the fact that he didn't even go over on NXT? He's just some idiot who could play guitar. He's still an idiot who can't.
Elias was the same thing in NXT. What's your point? Elias was the same thing in NXT.
NXT's dumb. It's only good for Mandy Rose. And she's not even from NXT.
She isn't. She was with NXT, but she was never on TV.
She went back. She's one of those that went back, like kind of like how Balor went back to
she's
reinvent his career.
She's on the main roster another year. She's going to do this year run with the title. She's going to run with it. She's going to basically do the same thing Balor did, but for the women. Then she's going to go back to the main roster as this heel. They're going to call Toxic Attraction up. And give it the next draft. They're going to be on Raw or SmackDown.
And she's
the first, if I remember correctly, the first person to go back to NXT was, right?
Tyson Kidd.
Melina? I don't know.
No, Emma.
Oh yeah, true. No,
Sid Carr.
His girlfriend?
Sid Carr was the first person to go to NXT and win a championship from the main roster.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah. When people go back, I get it. Like. They really, what I feel like they're trying to do is they're really trying to make NXT that tertiary brand. I feel like what they're doing with like NXT and their developmental now is they're going back to the OVW roots. Like they're trying to build that type of talent again and get that new breed of bigger WWE talent.
Yeah, Ciampa's the exception because they love Ciampa down there. That's why he's champion.
You know, it's funny. Ciampa just said in an interview he doesn't feel like he fits the mold for the new NXT. Like he feels like he's there, but he doesn't fit what they are looking for.
Oh, speaking of which, speaking of NXT,
champion right now.
You know who they trying hard to resign? Like
Gargano.
Yeah,
they're pushing.
So basically, what happens in his triple threat title match is going to determine if Gargano is staying or not. If he wins, then he's probably resigned because his contract's up December 3rd.
Yeah, he's like up. I want to see what he does. Like
if he loses or takes a fall, then he ain't resigning.
Gargano and Ciampa should be the guys that NXT goes after, but at the same time, the problem with guys like Gargano and Ciampa is that they've they've done everything in NXT. There's nothing left for them, but like I feel like they would have been the same.
He doesn't want to go to the main roster. Ciampa's said this on record. He doesn't want to go
because there's nothing for him there. He would get lost in the shuffle.
Because he said he doesn't think his body can,
Yeah, his neck wouldn't be able to handle.
Well, yeah, he's had some injury. Well, that's part of it. Yeah, so that's the thing. I feel like the only way Ciampa and Gargano would work on the main roster is if you tag team them. But because they're so small, they'd be pigeonholed to Rod's favorite show, 205 Live.
Oh my god. Not necessarily true when they got brought up. when they got brought up to the main
Adam
roster
Cole.
a couple of a couple of years ago, they got brought up to the main roster, and they actually did pretty well in the main roster.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, but that was temporary though.
Yeah.
But it's like they wanted to change Adam Cole's whole identity, and you know what? That didn't work out so well, and now he's in AEW.
Well, plus the fact they wanted him to get rid of his Twitch too, which he 100% refused to do.
Again, I don't understand why they get all tight about the Twitch.
I mean, the dude's making over 340K on Twitch. Why would you give that
Twitch
up?
alone, yeah, he's making 6 figures on Twitch alone. That's
outside
of his.
either.
That's probably outside of his just under his 7-figure deal in AEW, or what he would have had in
WWE
WWE.
is like the only company I know that has a problem with superstars having Twitch and stuff.
Because they can't, because they don't want to see their talent make profit elsewhere. They want to contain their profits. That's what they do. It's shady business practice in that respect.
Guys, I gotta start signing off because I gotta go to work.
Okay.
But
All right, dude. But Steve, thanks for partaking. Of course.
No problem. Hey, thanks. See you later.
Yeah, hope I can come back one day.
We'll definitely have you back, dude.
Oh yeah.
I'll continue to make comments.
Yeah, you come back. Yeah, of course.
We'll definitely have you back, dude. It was good seeing you.
Yeah,
Always an
I'm
honor.
gonna go deeper into stuff, and I apologize for about my internet connection.
It happens to the best of us. It's
Yeah,
not the first.
you were quiet, much more quiet than I expected. I
was-
you and I were gonna.
I was not used to the Zoom thing, and I was figuring this stuff out. But I'll get back on there.
We'll have you again, and we'll have
Yeah.
another conversation about whatever's going on in wrestling at that point.
Say hi to Val and Liv for me.
Will do. I'll see you soon,
Val.
guys.
All right.
Have a good one, man. What were we saying? I totally lost train of thought entirely. That
I don't know.
About Gargano.
You know, it's funny. We were like,
Steve's still here. No, he's gone now.
we were like all teasing this big battle, this popcorn battle, and didn't happen because
Didn't happen. It
because
died out. But I'm
Rob-
glad we had him on. I'm still glad we
Because
had him on.
Rob-
We'll have him on again.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. I always
Glad we
liked
had him on.
Breckles. I've always liked him. He's a good, solid dude. I know that's Rod's boy. I
he's
know
a
you
good
guys.
dude. The intro was funny, but
He just
Again,
talks about his neck problems, but hey, we've all
Hey,
had them.
happens. He again, like he said, he's not used to Zoom. We do this every other week. We know the
Yeah.
ins and out of Zoom. I've really learned Zoom over the last year and a half from different things. So I've gotten pretty good with this. So I've learned it. I'm not like a whiz with it, but I'm pretty good. I know what I need to do with it.
and yes, we do. We're on YouTube.
we're not.
Don't get confused by
Spotify.
the no content thing. We have plenty of content. Subscribe, subscribe.
We have 23 episodes of this. You got to dig a little bit just because YouTube's temperamental, and I'm not as tech savvy as I think I am.
Doesn't know how to do it.
It's still there. It's still there. You got to keep looking.
We are here.
We're here.
And
We're always chatting wrestling. Always, always,
subscribe.
always.
Oh yeah. I mean, I wanted to get more of his opinions because things are going great with AEW. Why this AEW, why that? Well, I mean, AEW, you now get to see CM Punk.
Which I like.
There wasn't an AEW, you wouldn't have CM Punk back.
CM Punk will never go back to WWE as a
No.
wrestler. I said that years ago, and that's why I let go of it. I was disappointed, but I get it. I
do want to say something about that right now. For all the people that's like, well, he was on WWE backstage. No, he worked for Fox. He did not work for WWE. He worked for Fox. Let's just clear that up right now. For anybody saying, "Oh, he went back to WWE," he was working for Fox at the time. He was not working for WWE. Let's clear that up now.
I think most people knew that, but again, casual audiences who don't know anything would assume that, but the smart fans like us knew that. Even though we all agree and disagree on a lot of things, we're all smart fans. We all know our shit. Hence why Attention Wrestling Disorder works and exists the way it does, because you have 3 guys on 3 different levels of thought, all discussing wrestling.
That's what it is.
That's exactly what this is.
More like a train of thought that kind of spirals and crashes.
A lot.
Yes.
Blame it on Rod because he watches 205 Live and Main Event.
Pipe down.
And Jack and Metal.
If they were on today, Rod would watch them.
Yes,
Of
he would.
course.
If there was wrestling to be watched, Rod watched it, even if it's the worst thing ever.
Oh my god.
If there was a random show on like Fox 5 at like, or like let's say like Channel 7 at like 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning, like we were doing this right now, he'd be watching it.
Oh, I miss
what
my
you're
Saturday
saying is
morning
Rod
wrestling.
watches that Hollywood, Florida
Hey, he
Federation.
watches championship wrestling from Hollywood.
I miss my Saturday mornings, man. Those are some of my fondest childhood watching wrestling on Saturday morning.
WWF Superstars.
Oh yeah,
There you go.
Yep. WWF Challenge on Sundays.
We're just proving our theory right that you watch everything.
I watched.
I did too, though. I actually
could've
watch the
told you
reruns on Peacock sometimes.
Same.
I actually watch the reruns sometimes because, again, that's why I actually like AEW Dark and Dark Elevation.
Peacock's been annoying the hell out of me lately. Like, I really had to go like on other people's profiles on my thing to watch NXT UK. Because on my profile, the last episode they have uploaded was the one for 2 weeks ago when Miko went against Jenny. So I literally had to go on one of my buddies' profiles on my thing to watch NXT UK this week and
I don't
last week.
understand that because it was up to date on Thursday.
Yeah,
I watched
it was
Not
updated,
mine, like,
yeah.
literally,
I haven't
go
watched this week
online.
yet, but I know it's up there. I haven't
Go on
watched it
my
yet, but I know it's up.
profile, it literally says the last one updated is November 4th.
You have to
You
click
got
on.
to continue watching them. If you didn't watch it
WWE.
directly, if you're doing it on yours, you got to just sequentially watch them, then they pop up. It's weird.
No, I did. No, I'm telling you, I like
Weird.
you know me. I don't freaking miss it.
No, I
watch it
know.
every week.
Right.
And it's like November. Literally, I had to go on somebody else's profile to watch it.
That's weird.
305. I was at 305. It was, it was on. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I wish I was around
I
to watch it.
had to
that
go to
time.
somebody else's profile just to watch it.
Before I switched positions at work, I would take my break at 3, so I'd watch NXT UK on my breaks, like pre-COVID. I missed that. But then, like, when I got back, like, within the first month of me going back to work in the office, I was in a different position. I was taking my lunch later, so I didn't get to watch it. So now I gotta, like, be strategic when I can watch it.
See, what I do like about, like, NXT UK is, though, like, if you missed the episode, you could go back and watch it. You don't have to wait till, like, the next day to watch it, like, on Hulu or nothing, because it's not on Hulu.
NXT
NXT
UK is
you know
the only one that's allowed to be themselves, too.
Right now, but I've also heard that like the British government was like kind of stopping to fund them, so you might see things change with them too.
Yeah, the releases might come for them at some point, too.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know how that's working right now.
They've been fortunate so far, but
I've also heard rumors that a lot of the Gaijin deals are up in New Japan come the new year, so I can see a lot of guys leaving New Japan if that's true.
I'd like to see Jay White go somewhere else already.
I think he's going to. I mean, he just lost the belt to Ishii, so he might be on his way out because he did just drop the belt to Ishii.
that was a hell of a show.
That was a good match. Yeah, that was one of the best New Japan cards of the year.
Battle of Los Angeles, yeah.
Yeah, that was a great card.
Can
Oh
someone
man.
explain to me how Orange Cassidy is considered a member of Chaos?
Okada, because of Okada.
Okada, because of the working relationship with AEW New Japan, Okada brought them in. Because also, you got to remember that Best Friends were part of Chaos before AEW was a thing.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys that left New Japan for AEW are now reverted back.
Congrats to Statlander becoming the first female Chaos member ever.
Yes. So yeah, pretty much because Best Friends were in Chaos, now they brought all the Best Friends in AEW into Chaos, basically.
Is Yuta AEW or is he still under contract with New Japan?
Who?
Wheeler Yuta.
I think he's technically a free agent, but I think he's going to sign with AEW. Because I asked him on the cruise, he said, "Yeah, I'm kind of focused on AEW right now."
I thought he was actually like a best friend now.
He's part of. He's considered.
He technically is. He's a
he
protege.
is, but I don't think he has a technical contract. I do think he's going to sign with AEW though.
He's a protege right now.
Yeah, I don't think he's officially signed yet, but I think AEW is going to sign him.
They should have signed him already. He's been.
I'm surprised they haven't. I'm actually surprised they haven't. When you said universe, I realized like for some reason my brain was thinking like there's like a young lion that's like a Ueda or something like that. I was thinking about him like, wait, no, you mean Wheeler there.
Yeah, Wheeler.
I love
So
Wheeler.
yeah,
he was cool as hell on the cruise too. He was a cool dude.
OGK, they're gonna be having themselves quite a pay-per-view schedule next month.
Why is that?
Because at a hard times to defend the ROH tag titles against Kratos and Stevens.
Oh wow. I actually
And then they got the Briscoes at Final Battle.
yeah. That's going to be the last event of Ring of Honor until their hiatus.
right? So
I'm curious to see what Ring of Honor does, though.
Are they selling the company?
I don't know.
no, they well.
I think they're
as of right
re-envisioning
now.
it.
No, yeah.
I
as of
think
right
they're
now, no.
reworking the company. That's why they gave everybody their release. That's why Jay Lethal went to All. You're going to see a lot of guys go to AEW, and probably some are going to stick around the Japan realm. Some of them are just going to probably work indies for a while.
I hate when like I say stuff about Ring of Honor and people are like, oh, I thought they were done. I'm like, no, the hiatus is not until Final Battle. After Final Battle.
Also,
They
too,
told their talents, you go do other bookings. It just cannot affect 2 dates. One, that show that happens Sunday. 2, Final Battle.
I hope what it means is that they finally decide that it's time to get rid of that horrible announcer.
Oh my God, will you stop?
Nobody.
Oh my God, will you stop?
Hey, Patrice Colcott's had a pretty solid match in Ring of Honor the other day.
That was
Patrice Colcott's can actually wrestle, though.
Coleman degenerate.
Oh yeah.
Oh, actually, true story. You know what his WWE moment was, right?
They mentioned it too, didn't they?
They may have. You know what Patrice Colcott's is Caprice Coleman's
What?
big claim to fame on WWE is, right? You know what he's known for? He was known for the Doug Basham squash match, the one they made the Titantron after. That was Caprice Coleman. That's
Didn't
his.
know that.
You ever seen the remember when they broke the Bashams up and they had their own themes and they had their own
Yeah.
Vaguely.
you know who Danny Basham wrestled infamously in his Titantron video, that the match that Nigel McGuinness.
Oh.
That was he squashed Nigel. Yeah. I've been told in different hairstyles and vibes that I look like Nigel McGuinness, which I take as a super compliment.
You look like Nigel McGuinness when he was Desmond Wolfe.
Well, yeah, with this hairstyle, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but with like spiky hair, I kind of have the vibe too, though. There's a photo of me with spiky hair and him with spiky hair, and I kind of look like him there too. So
if you dye it blonde, we all know who you look like. So
Chucky Hashi.
yes.
Oh my God.
It may happen again. It may happen again as Midnight Society comes back. I may do it again.
Yoshihashi relives.
It might come back. Not yet, but
So I guess this is why they had Chaos lose the 6-man titles, so Ishii could become the
pretty much they'll do that sometimes. Yeah, where they'll have.
Sick of seeing them with the belts. What?
Well, it's because the only reason they had them was because it was stupid. Because I feel like the only reason they won them in the first place was because Los Ingobernables disbanded the 6-man because while they were still 6-man champions, Evil went to Bullet Club, and that's where they vacated them.
And now, ironically enough, Evil has it again with Bullet Club.
Yeah, but they do that. They recycle champions constantly like that. It's always back and forth with those titles until the fresh talent comes in and takes it.
This is why I don't always like watching New Japan, because it's like everything's recycled. We already saw Okada versus what's his name? Shingo Takagi.
You're going to see it again, and you're going to see it again.
As long as it gives Ospreay the ability to come back and become.
But you saw what happened with Ospreay.
Oh boy!
But you saw what happened with that. You know that whoever wins that match is facing Ospreay the second night of Wrestle Kingdom. So technically, Ospreay's getting his title shot again.
Yeah.
I hope he gets his title back.
Me too. I want that too. But again, we'll see based on if the rumors are true about the Gaijins, because if he's not re-signing with New Japan, then he's out. If he wins the belt, he get re-signed.
Yeah, but I don't know. For me, having him with that belt was kind of was a good thing for New Japan.
It was. No, he's a good heel champion for New Japan. He's actually a good heel. He's a great face too, but he's a good heel, and I like where he's going because he's definitely bulked up. So he's definitely doing more of a ground style match now than he was doing a high spot. He can still do the high spots, but I like that he's gone more into the grounding style of wrestling because it just shows how much range he has.
Without now, the United Empire just seems like a mess.
Well, it's still there. It's just they're divided right now because of the circumstance. Eventually, I think you're going to see TJP go over to Japan with United Empire. I mean, I don't know what his contractual deals are currently, but I know
with Impact though, is he still signed to Impact?
I think his contract's up or something. Or I heard like Impact did like let a few talents go, and I heard possibly that he was one of them.
Yeah.
Why did they let Williams go again? What was the whole reason for Williams going?
Oh, PD. Oh, well, because he got his WWE tryout, and apparently they like him.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You
I
said
don't think,
Taylor Wilder, no, Taylor Wilder. I heard was another one they let go. No way. TJP was possible. I heard,
yeah. I don't know.
conflicting rumors about him.
No way.
Jose.
I mean, that was expected, honestly. I don't know. He wasn't really doing anything for me other than looking like a fool with Falaba, the biggest fool on Impact. next to
Ball's
Jack
awesome.
Eh.
I can't stand him. I can't stand Swinger. I can't stand that moron.
Guys, are you guys making me
Let me
about to
guess,
do
Tito.
a part 2 of taking a
Tina,
nap?
thank you.
Am I about to take part 2 of a nap with this conversation?
Oh my
Speaking
God.
of which, what's happening tonight with Impact?
I'm gonna-
It's Full
I might have to take another nap.
oh my God, pipe down over there. The main event, Full Metal Mayhem, is Moose versus Edwards.
That's gonna be cool. It's a Full Metal Mayhem hardcore match.
Yeah, tables, ladders, and chairs, basically. You got triple threat X Division title match. Trey Miguel defending against Laredo Kid and Steve Macklin.
Yeah. I think. Do you
Trey's
think
defending.
Macklin's gonna get the title at this point?
Not tonight. Not tonight. I think Trey's
Steve
way
Macklin
too
was
soon.
Cutler, right?
Yeah.
It's Cutler, right? All right, yeah.
You got the
really
rematch for Bound for
not giving-
Glory, the Inspiration against the K.
Again.
Oh man, that's
Well,
gonna be.
it's a rematch.
I don't know. I think I'd like to see Inspiration with the titles for a while and go against other people. Oh, I want to see the
you can't
Inspiration.
just not give the K that rematch.
I want to see the Inspiration versus their clones. Whatever they're called, Tennille and
The Influence.
Influence versus the Inspiration.
Yeah, but I think something's up with Tennille. That's why she didn't make Bound for Glory.
What's going on with her?
I gotta look it up, but that's why Madison replaced her, because she was originally supposed to be in that match. Oh, speaking of the digital championship, on the countdown to Turning Point,
Hey,
it's
girl.
gonna be Jordan Grace against Chelsea Green for the title.
Yep, the hot mess.
I love.
She
Chelsea Green.
beat Alicia Edwards to become the #1 contender.
And isn't Matt Cardona wrestling
Everyone
Morrissey?
Yeah.
I actually have the card up. I'm trying to be invested here, guys. Bear with me.
It's Good Brothers versus Bullet Club for the tag titles.
Everyone beat Alicia Edwards.
Ooh, we got Bullet Club versus Bullet Club. I know
Yep.
they're not technically Bullet Club anymore, but to me, it's still Bullet Club.
They are still Bullet Club, in our eyes, in the fans' eyes.
In my eyes, they're always. I mean, the Elite is like the Bullet Club, but again, I feel like I don't know.
It is, but
It's not. It's not. They're not technically Bullet Club
I
anymore.
think as of last
You got
night,
the Battle of the OGs for the Impact, not for the Knockouts title. Mickey James versus Mercedes Martinez.
that's going to be good.
Should be good.
I don't see why you won't watch for that. I mean, Martinez, come on.
I'm not really big on Martinez. I know. I'm not. Like, I like her, but I'm not like. She's not like a go-to wrestler.
Oh, by the way, so I was reading Impact's viewership this week was like the highest it's been in months. So
Good for Impact. I'm glad they're starting to get on the comeback. I'm glad they've rebuilt. I'm still not watching, but you know.
Time. The only thing that actually, after next week, that's going to decline.
Why is
Wrestle
oh
that?
my God, stop
Oh,
hating on
thank
Wrestle
you.
House. Yes,
I'll
please. Yes. I was so happy to hear that news that Wrestle House is coming back.
Boo!
Season 1 was great.
Wrestle House is a thing. What the fuck is Wrestle House?
It's like
remember
a
Legends
Big
House?
Brother in wrestling.
WWE Legends House?
That was actually entertaining because there's legends. This is a bunch of Impact no names that no one cares
Oh
about.
my God, pipe down.
It's stupid. The
It
Impact
sounds it.
House is really stupid.
Okay, it's great.
Is this
How
because
about
Tommy
if
Dreamer
he
wishes he was a legend?
appeared in the ring rod during Deonna Purrazzo's.
Oh, that was hilarious.
How
That
stupid
was
You know what'll convince me?
hilarious.
You know what'll convince me to watch Impact Wrestling? If I turn on Impact one day and I see Mr. Main Event
Oh yeah.
TV.
Oh my god.
I was-
Full-blown green and white Jets apparel. Cut
Yep.
the promo about people being haters. Then I will watch it.
Oh my god, such a degenerate, I
I
swear.
want to see Mr. Main Event in under the learning tree. Brian Myers.
Oh, he was supposed to be fighting Rich Swann, but he got pulled because of elevated
it's-
liver enzymes.
Yeah, apparently it's to be announced
the what?
according to Wikipedia.
Elevated
Wait,
liver enzymes.
Oh shit.
Oh.
I remember what happened after Great American Bash 2006. Lashley, Great Khali, and Super Crazy all got pulled from that card because of that.
Because of what?
Elevated liver enzymes.
Oh, elevated liver enzymes. I
Yeah.
thought you said something else. I didn't know what you were talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
he's gonna face Rich Swann Thursday. They even promoted it because of how he attacked Sam, whatever his name is.
And Sam Beal.
Sam Beal, yeah. But yeah, Impact's got. I mean, Moose is another one that's a shithead heel. Well, good in a good way though. In a
I'm
good
not
way.
into Moose. Rod loves Moose.
Sure, he
Moose-
screwed me at Bound for Glory, the
He wrestle
bastard.
anyone. That's a thing.
Rod's so mad about this. Rod is so angry
Why?
because Moose screwed him at Bound for Glory and screwed him out of points. Rod takes fantasy wrestling way too seriously.
Oh, pipe down over there.
I mean, then again, the same could probably be said for both of us too. So
Well, me too, because they screwed me out of points when I was the Young Bucks.
yeah, they screwed me out of points as
Oh, yes.
numerous times. I get it.
But
I got
Watch
screwed
him.
out of some Bucks points.
Moose can have a match with anyone. And that's what's so good about him.
Yeah, he's definitely
Actually,
come a long
all joking
way from
aside, that
his
match in New Japan with Juice Robinson was actually pretty good. So I can't completely hate.
Moose can, yeah, Moose.
And that match
Moose
he had
can
with Ishii at the show before that was
That was good
epic.
too. Oh yeah, that was a good match too. I love Stone Pitbull though. Like he's one of my favorite underrated guys in New Japan. He's my favorite guy in Chaos because like I'm not crazy about the Chaos faction, like, but I like Ishii and I like that he was on Impact, not Impact, on Dynamite this week. We were talking about Impact now. You got me all Impact brain, guys. Thanks.
Well, that's-
Ishii was on AEW, Suzuki was on Impact. Get it right.
Suzuki was on Impact. I did watch
Yeah.
that big tag. It was actually like all the guys I liked at Impact in one match. I'm like, okay, I can vibe with it.
Did Impact the other
Him
night.
against Josh Alexander.
But I will say this. Matt Cardona's best work is him being the Deathmatch King in GCW because he's such a good heel with that.
I agree. I mean, he's
It's
facing.
better than his Impact stuff.
He's
That's go nuts now.
facing Morrissey tonight as a face, and I want to see him, both him and Chelsea as heels. I like them. as-
Major Wrestling, GCW, they are heels, and it's great. A little bit
Yes.
watched of it. It's
Well,
great.
she's a heel and she's a heel in NWA.
She's probably
She's
Chelsea
not
Green is
really
like a tailored
in
heel.
NWA. She's
Yes, she is. She's the hot mess heel.
she's no, but she does it as a face.
No, that's definitely heel. Come on now. The way she talks, she's definitely heel.
I need to watch NWA to determine if it's a heel or face thing.
You guys know who does the current theme song?
Who?
Downstate.
Oh, really?
It's like Downstate. If it's not like if it's not Mikey Ruckus on AEW doing it or whoever does WWE, it's like Downstate does.
Death
every-
Rebel.
Yeah.
Death Rebel now does WWE. They
Yeah.
replaced the CFOs.
I actually feel for the CFOs on that one. They got screwed royally on their deal.
And Ring of Honor, Jim Johnstone does their themes.
Not all of them, just PCOs, I think.
Oh,
I don't think he's doing all of them.
He does a few.
Oh, does he do multiple? I know he did PCOs. I don't know if he did.
yeah.
You know who I want to see outside of Ring of Honor?
Who?
Oh, let me change that. You know who I want to see housing outside of Ring of Honor housing?
Got it.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna be around for a while though. Yeah, that injury takes a while to come back from. So
What injury housing does Danhausen have housing?
didn't he like freaking injure like his MCL and PCL something like that? Tears like
Was
his
that
ACL?
recent? Because when on the cruise he was
Yeah.
fine. Was that in the last like month?
Yes, it was.
Okay, yeah, because he was fine on the cruise. Like he did the run in with Osprey. They helped Jericho fend off.
He doesn't even need to wrestle though. He doesn't need to wrestle.
I agree. Yeah, I have a feeling that I have a feeling
to do
Danhausen's
something
going to
because
AEW.
he's
I
going
have
to
a
do
feeling
something
he's
because the
going to wind up
doctor's going
there.
to take all his sacks of money, so he's going to need to do something.
Danhausen is the one of the best things going right now. That's not on a big in a big company.
Yeah, Danhausen's probably
But
going to sign with AEW though.
it's good seeing OGK on NWA though. That's freaking pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Aren't they doing theme songs on NWA now?
Yeah.
I don't know
but
how I feel about that. I kind of
it's
like
weird.
that they had the old school, just they were in the ring wrestling. I kind of miss that.
It's weird that they're doing that. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what made them change. You have to
Maybe
ask
Billy.
Billy Corgan.
You have to ask him that question.
No, I know. I'm just saying in general. Like I don't watch it all the time. Because again, I'm a real I like NWA, but I can't keep up with it. I got too much going on in my life. I can't keep up.
If I sometimes speed round it because
I gotta cut it somewhere. Ring of Honor is like pretty much my cutting point at this point. It's like I make sure I get my AEW in, I get my New Japans in. I watch WWE as I see fit, and then after that I kind of gotta cut sometimes. Ring of Honor I pretty much prioritize too. So I like Ring of Honor.
Let's talk about tomorrow. Does anyone really? I mean, does any one of us really care? Do you think the WWE made us care about the Survivor Series? Because I think they did.
Not really. Do you guys want to actually run the card before we wrap up? It's up to you guys.
Nakamura versus Priest is happening, and there
They
was
didn't
no
really
build up to
build it
that.
up, though.
They did like no build for that match at all.
No,
like,
at all.
Nakamura and Priest. I feel like the problem with a lot of like recent events, especially this Survivor Series, except for like Biggie and Roman, and like I'm trying to look at the card. I'm reading the card right now. Except for Becky Lynch and Big E and Roman, none of this shit's really been that built up. Like the team match.
I mean, they really did. Yeah, the tag team champion.
That wasn't even built either. They barely built.
No, it wasn't. They barely wasn't until like Monday on Raw.
They had the one segment. That's it. Like I'm gonna go down the card. Like Team Raw. I get it. Like they did the they're kind of building that, but like they're not. The best thing out of the tag team, the Team Raw versus Team SmackDown is the fact that you got that Owens heel turn and you got Ridge Holland and Sheamus as a partnership. Like that's the only two big things.
That's cool. But see, that's the one good thing WWE actually did. They've kind of been teasing that.
Yeah. Right. And like I'm looking at Team Raw, like against Team SmackDown. The only build to that was this whole tension between Sasha Banks and Shotzi Blackheart. Otherwise, like none of this makes any damn sense. Like, oh, we're just throwing people together into the match.
Yeah.
Like I'm actually
dissecting. Like they literally announced this online. No one had no qualifying matches outside of Lashley. Outside of Lashley's the only person who had a qualifying match.
And you thought that Lashley wasn't going to win that match? Come on.
Well, I knew he was going to win that. I mean, that helped me out. I wasn't complaining.
The whole point of that. Oh, let's tease that he's going to be on, and then let's change our minds and put Lashley in.
Right. Exactly. And then I'm looking down, like Becky Lynch and Charlotte for the Battle of Two Champions. We've seen that match 100 times. Exactly. I've seen it. I'm over it.
And I mean, Charlotte's stupid promo. Oh boy, shut the fuck up.
I'm over that feud. I love Charlotte Flair and I love Becky Lynch, but like I'm tired of them fighting each other.
Both of them. Even though fantasy-wise, Becky Lynch is on my team, but I'm still sick of both of them.
I love Charlotte Flair. I love Becky Lynch. I think they're both great. I just think that they need to do something different. Like they don't need to be near each other. The two of them hate each other in real life.
Well, I know. That's why they're on different brands, which is why I don't understand why you have them face each other again.
Yeah, no, that's true. I heard. I actually read about it. There was actually a shoot where they asked Becky Lynch about Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch just point blank called her a bitch.
Yeah,
it was legitimate. It wasn't a shoot. It was a shoot. It was legit. She does.
How do you know she wasn't pulling an MJF, as I like to call it these days?
I don't know. It just seems like the way that's going. Like they both seem like they don't like each other. I feel like they're doing it for their job.
Liz even confirmed.
I feel like it's that Matt Hardy Edge thing where it was like back in the day where it's like, okay, guys, we know there's legitimate beef here, but this is a good spot here. This is good money. Work with each other, do the best you can, and we'll remove you both after that. I feel like it's the same thing.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of the stuff when you believe people hate each other, I feel it's just a ruse.
Yeah, well, no offense though. Somebody stole my girlfriend, I'd be pissed off too. Somebody was cheating. If one of my best friends was, hooking up my girlfriend, I wouldn't exactly be too thrilled about that either.
Yeah, I
Or
don't
you
know the
talking
whole.
Cruz?
He's talking about Hardy and Edge. I'm talking.
Yeah.
When it comes
Right,
to
but
Charlotte
I'm
and
talking
Becky,
about. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that whole
I don't
thing
know
with
what
Hardy
happened
and
in real
Edge,
life
but
with those two, but apparently they're not best friends anymore.
you do realize though that they do blur the lines a lot, even if you hear an interview that they're being themselves. When
Right.
they ask them about their opponent,
Yeah.
then they'll start going into it. They blur the lines because they still want the show and they still want you to have. They're still.
Oh yeah, I mean they're still both gonna be professional, but let's just say Charlotte's been getting a lot of heat lately. Like if Charlotte was the Charlotte Flair, good chance she probably would have got released for some of her actions lately.
But again, Charlotte Flair, they're
It's Charlotte Flair, so
exactly. They're trying to make her the female Ric Flair, and they've done a great job at it. They're trying to exaggerate her title wins to make her look more like Ric Flair, but it's stupid because she's going to exceed Ric Flair's record if
exactly.
she hasn't
Yeah,
already.
even though, well, depending on how you look at it, she's almost there. Depending on how you want to look at it.
That's my point. That was my point. That was
If
my
they
point.
wanted to exaggerate it, they would have kept the numbers right. Didn't you say they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
ignored
That's
She's
what
at
I
like
said. That
15
depends on how
already.
you look at it.
It's
Well,
again,
like
but again, she's just like Ric Flair. Love her, hate her. I think like when I was a kid, I hated Ric Flair, but now I'm older, I appreciate it. But my point is that like Ric Flair, like they're quantity champions. They're not meant to have the title for long periods. They're that heat champion that you want to hate because they're underhanded and they're evil. Even though they have their babyface runs because they get over with that shit, because that's what happens with talent like that.
I don't like Charlotte right now because I'm just bored of her character. It's like there's nothing different about it.
It's never going to
Becky
be
is the same, even though she's calling herself Big Time Beck. She's still kind of being overly obnoxious and arrogant.
It is interesting to see what they're going to do, considering this is going to be no December pay-per-view next month.
There's no December review? What the heck?
No, that New Year show is considered the December pay-per-view that they're having on June. That's considered the December pay-per-view.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of like with.
So there's no TLC this year.
Gee,
it's kind of
that's
like
stupid.
why you can't really, get sick of Bryan Danielson because he might just be healing it up for this one match. I don't know. Maybe
Well, see, I like him as a heel, though. I think Bryan Danielson's a great heel. He was great as a heel in Ring of Honor. His heel runs in
I'm
WWE
going to say
were
this
great.
right now. I won't say he's heel yet. I think, honestly, what he's doing is what Red Velvet did when she faced Britt Baker and on the debut episode of Rampage when they were in Pittsburgh. She was the face, but, since everybody was cheering Baker, she was playing up the heel role.
It was still kind of weird that, after everyone was like pro Brit, but then Brit shows her true colors like, oh, I still want you to hate me. Here's Jamie Hayter.
Because she's the heel, because she's supposed to be
Yeah.
heel. That's the problem.
But she
You had
came
the
out
first
looking
audience
like
in
such a
Pittsburgh.
hero.
Even if you're a heel, if you're in your hometown, you're the hometown hero. Because again,
Yeah.
it was like
Bret
when
Hart, yeah.
it was
Perfect
like
example.
it was like when Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder won the tag titles at the Great American Bash in 2008 at the Coliseum, and even though they were the heels, the place erupted because they were the hometown guys.
Yeah.
Like you watch Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona, and Brian Myers in any event in New York, they're over as fuck because
Yeah.
Like watching Bret Hart in Canada.
right.
Yeah.
That was why they did that, because they realized that, and that's why they had that whole angle where Bret Hart was a babyface in Canada, he was the heel in the United States. Shawn Michaels was the heel in Canada, babyface in the States. That's why they did that.
But yeah, Britsburg, I mean, hands to me,
But again, but they learned that formula and it works, so they ran with it every time it happens. So yeah, it's like even like Sylvain Grenier. I remember him on SmackDown one time. They were in Montreal and he was over as fuck, even though he was the heel. He was a mid card at best, but
And
he
speaking
got
of-
one of the biggest pops of the night.
speaking of hometown, do you think? I mean, I don't know. Like, I think it should be a bigger deal in a way. Like Colt Cabana is Chicago. I mean, this is CM Punk Chicago, but we know that. Let's give. Let's
Cabana's
focus
gonna
more
get his
on
pop in
Cabana.
Chicago. Don't worry.
Right.
They'll both get their pops. Don't worry.
Do you
Depending on
think?
how you look at it, he might get a big one to Punk because a lot of people sided with Cabana over the Punk's Cabana feud.
Yeah,
About what
on the
happened
indie
over the
darling,
lawsuit.
yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people
That,
sided with
that feud
Cabana.
was so long ago, though.
I'm just
I'm
saying,
sure
a lot of
they're
people sided
friendly
with
now.
Cabana, so
I don't know if they're friends again, but I'm
no,
sure they
I
buried
wouldn't
the
go that
hatchet.
far.
I'm sure if they're not, I'm sure AEW goes, look, Colt's here, be civil or mind your business. I'm sure Punk's the kind of guy he doesn't like, he's gonna mind his business. He don't care. Punk's the kind of guy I feel like as a person, like that people say he's a dick in real life, and maybe he is, I don't know. But I feel like if he doesn't like you, he's just not gonna bother with you because he doesn't have time for it.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have time. Like, he might be a dick.
What do you think of Punk versus QT? I mean, QT's done a lot for AEW. What?
That could be
a decent match. QT's a good hand, unfortunately. I feel like QT Marshall's another guy that's always going to be a hand. He's always going to be like an enhancement guy. Like they push him a little bit, but I feel like when push comes to shove with him, he's always there to put the other guy over, whether he's a face or a heel. That's just my observance of him.
Yeah, he had the opportunity to get a bigger push, but it looked like it didn't last.
I feel like QT, like he's a good character, so like they use him for. I feel like he's the guy that like you're gonna see people not on a jobber level, but like on a mid card level, that like he's gonna get that guy to be over. But the problem with that is that you lose credibility when you do that. It's good to have those types of people, but their personal credibility gets a little bit lost.
I mean, behind the scenes, he's a big deal, and he's. But
it's gonna sound weird, but he kind of reminds me of a Jinder Mahal in certain ways. Like I know Jinder Mahal had his title run, but I feel like Jinder Mahal's that guy that when you want to elevate that babyface to that next level, you use him against Mahal, and usually because if you watch Mahal matches, Mahal doesn't win that often. QT doesn't win that often. Unless it's like an enhancement guy, they don't win. Like they're a step above enhancement, but when it comes to like mid card and like ultimate feuds, they get beat usually, and they're meant to put the other guy over. I feel like Jinder Mahal's kind of the same way.
I don't think, QT would not do well in WWE. I can tell you.
He'd be a jobber. He'd be a jobber.
The guy is a great trainer, and I mean, he's great.
He'd be Brian Myers if he would literally be Brian Myers if he was in WWE. He'd be Brian Myers. He'd be what Kurt Hawkins was.
And that's why I'm glad there's an AEW, so you can have a QT Marshall.
Right. And that's why Brian Myers is killing it in Impact, because it's a different playing field. But again, I feel like if you understand the business of wrestling, Brian Myers loved that he lost every match because he saw the business side. He's like, they're talking about me. It's garnishing interest. So that's why the big payoff was, let me have an upset pinfall, and we're gonna have him win the title as an upset. It was like the old Barry Horowitz thing where he beat Skip, and that didn't last long either. But there was that short time where Barry Horowitz, he got that upset win. They had that summer-long push, and then once that ran its course, he went back down to jobbing, and no one cared. Pretty much happened to Kurt Hawkins and WWE.
But I don't know. I like what they're doing with Brian Myers. I like, how he's this like guy with a chip on his shoulder.
What happened with Edge and whatever the Edge heads is what he's doing now with the learning tree.
Yeah, he's the Edge now.
Although one of the guys in the learning tree had a bigger spot in NWA.
Who's in the learning tree? I'm not watching.
Who? Zicky Dice and VSK.
Oh, VSK? Cool.
Yeah.
Long Island
VSK is a real life star pupil.
I know, and it's funny too because my sister-in-law went to high school with him.
I saw him wrestle, and he was horrible when I saw him.
I've seen him a few times in VPW.
I've never seen him on the Indies, but I've seen him in AEW. He's okay. I mean, they use him as
he's gotten better.
He's better now than he was. I'll say that.
That happens. Well, the more you harness your craft, you're going to get better. I mean, the more you keep at your craft, you're going to get better at it. It's just by nature. If you keep practicing, you keep working at it, you can't get worse if you're consistent with it.
9.5 times out of 10, that is true.
And by the way, Chuck, you talk a lot of shit about Impact, but it's because of Impact that VSK can have a spot, because John Schuyler.
I agree with you, and I agree with that part of it. My issue with Impact is nothing to do with the talent. They have good talent. They have great talent. My issue is the writing, and that's why I can't get into it. And also, my other real reason, truthfully, is again, I watch so much wrestling. And I have so much time one day. I'm not Superman when it comes to wrestling. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, I don't mean to fool you, but I'm not Superman. I gotta draw the line somewhere. So unfortunately, Impact doesn't make it.
Speaking of the truth is the wrong man got fired, and that's no Swerve.
I agree. No, I agree.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of people think that him and Adonis got caught in the crossfire, unfortunately.
I think a lot of guys got caught in the crossfire. I have a feeling that WWE is planning a completely new thing that's costing them a lot of money if the budgetary issue. Because the point is, if it's budgetary, it's because they're sacrificing those big money contracts to either work in new big money contracts or they're trying to shift their investment to something else. Because there's no way you're going to tell me that one of your best profiting years causes more releases than ever before. They've released
over 80 people, 80 plus people have been released this year. Just this year.
That's my point.
The truth is, you just let go of a really cool faction that's going to do well.
I agree. It was one of my favorite. That was one of the things
But
I was enjoying.
Okay, but you know, unfortunately, from what I heard, Top Dollar had a lot of heat with people.
I feel like the problems I used to have with Impact are now having with WWE. It's like every time I finally get invested in a talent, they release them.
Yeah, tell me about it. But here's the thing. Do you understand why I'm explaining this as a truth of who should really be
stop
fired?
hating on our truth.
Yes, I get why you're
our
saying
truth is not going nowhere no time soon.
Our truth is
because his contract.
Yes, he's a joke.
Our truth is a joke.
But he's entertaining though. Yes, he knows he's a joke, but he's entertaining.
So is Swerve. Here's the point about our truth.
Swerve's a better rapper than our truth.
Okay. However, who's done more for the company, Swerve or our truth?
Swerve's a better rapper than our truth. I heard Swerve
has done more for the company, Swerve or our truth. There you go.
Again, I'm gonna go on a mid ground between the two of you on this Swerve our truth thing. Yes, I was more into Swerve than our truth at the time because I go through phases with our truth where I think he's either hilarious or I think he's ridiculous. I don't like him. Our truth is one of those guys that will always have a job.
That's what Vince does.
Apparently, he's a Vince guy. Like Vince loves our truth, and like even though like our truth isn't ever going to be the WWE champion, he's never going to be in the main event again. Those days are gone. He's older.
Yeah.
He's at that age where he's always going to have TV time. He's always going to be there. He's always going to make his six figures. He's always going to be set. It doesn't matter if we love him. They'll do something stupid with him just for the entertainment. They'll use our truth as a stepping stone for every upcoming heel because he has that right charisma that will get that other guy over. And it doesn't matter if you like him or not. That's what WWE's design is. You're not the way WWE's designed. You're not meant to like everybody. If you like every single wrestler in WWE, there's something wrong with you because you're not meant to like everybody. That's the nature of wrestling. You need guys to put other guys over. You need guys.
When you weren't supposed to like Swerve.
Right.
I like Swerve.
Swerve got over, but that's what happened.
Yeah, but let's just face facts here. His North American title reign was horrible. Let's just face facts here. He had like one title defense, and that's when he lost it.
Who?
Swerve.
No, he had more than one title defense.
No, he didn't. That was his only title defense when he lost it.
He actually won it. Then he lost.
Well, he won it, and then he wrestled matches, but they were never for the title. The one match it counted. But you could say that about a lot of champions.
He won that match though before he lost it.
Okay. You're right. Because
Yeah, but even still, like a lot of guys have short reigns like that. If you really dissect their like time frame as being champions and how many title matches they actually have, it's less than you think. But
so far,
WWE
Alexander's had a really short title reign, but I know that's going to be remedied.
What happened?
Josh Alexander is one of the.
That better be.
I hope that gets remedied. I read about that. I was pissed. I like Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander is actually one of my favorite Impact guys.
He's great.
Going back to I'm gonna break my own fourth wall. I'm gonna not hate on Impact. I'm gonna praise talent within Impact for a minute. Josh Alexander is one of their best guys. I love Josh Alexander. He's good talent.
Japan, he's strong too.
And he's been doing great there. His match has been great there. They've been incredible there. I like Josh Alexander. Again, my issue with Impact has nothing to do with the talent. They have great talent. They got Josh Alexander. They got the Good Brothers. I'm trying to think who they have that I like. They got Cardona and Myers. They have Morrissey, who I like too. Like I thought Big Cass was a good guy, and I also, because of the mental health thing, I respect W. Morrissey. Like I respect his whole vibe in life. I hope he stays on the straight path and he stays good, you know, because he seems like a guy who just has caught in some struggles and he's working through it. So I'm happy that he's mostly overcome that, and I hope he stays on the path that he is, and I hope that he has a good run in Impact, because he's a good fit for that company. Trying to think of else. I still like Eddie Edwards. I mean, some of the stuff they do with him is a little cheesy, but I like him as a talent.
I like Eddie Edwards. I mean, the inspiration on
I love them
Impact,
too. They were great. It's good to see that they're working. I'm glad their visas got cleared. I'm really glad they're wrestling again.
Right, same with Jonah Rock. Glad his visa issues got taken care of too.
You're talking about
Bronson Reed.
Reed, yeah.
Yeah, he debuted.
That's
on
why,
on the card.
because he would made Bound for Glory, but unfortunately,
Is he doing Impact too? I know he appeared.
No,
on,
as of right now, not yet.
Oh, but he's supposed to be. Okay.
He's I like him better as a heel.
He probably is he's probably better tailored. He's a big guy. Those guys are tailored to be heels better. They're tailored better.
Some guys are just better heels. You know, MJF, even though it was kind of a farce, even if it was kind of not true, but you know, he was a bad face, but that was the whole point.
Right, that was the point of it. And then it was a work, and he double crossed Cody. But
he's a better, like, some people are just better at being an asshole than they are.
Well, that's wrestling. They're characters that are wrestlers and talent that are only believable as babyfaces, and some that are heels. It was like when Kofi Kingston was a heel, no one bought it. It was a stretch.
Yeah.
Kind of like when Ole Anderson in the Four Horsemen was a babyface. That was a stretch.
Because in real life, I heard he's not a good dude.
Ole Anderson, yeah, I've heard conflicting about that.
Yeah, even Tito Santana said bad things about Ole. And if Tito Santana's saying bad things about you,
well, look at Tito Santana. Could you imagine Tito Santana being a heel?
Has he ever been a heel? I know he's never.
I don't think so. It's like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Could you ever imagine Ricky the Dragon Steamboat being a heel?
Jeez.
I don't know if he ever has been.
I don't think he has, and I could never imagine it. There's certain talents you can't. They're the way their size are, the way they're like they carry themselves. You can't make them a heel. Like I feel like MJF. I'm sure somehow, somewhere, he'll be a babyface at some point, and it'll be ridiculous and terrible. Like a legitimate one to be terrible. It's like when they try to turn Miz babyface, and it's terrible. Miz is a babyface.
I can't see Jade. What's her name? Jade.
She's never gonna be a face.
The face. I can't.
Not yet. Me neither. Like there are just certain talents. What happened?
It could probably happen, but
I mean, I could see her being more of a baby face than other people, but there are certain characters like I can't see them being like that. You know, like there are just some characters that doesn't work. It's like Mike Knox. I can't see Mike Knox as a baby face.
He was.
When they had the menagerie.
Oh, was he? I wasn't watching. Again, Impact. You're talking TNA and Impact. Chuck don't watch Impact.
Here's the thing that bothered me about that Cargill Velvet match. Velvet needs one clean win against her, otherwise it gets stale.
If they don't have it yet, exactly.
But that won't happen till Jade's undefeated streak ends, probably.
I have a feeling that Jade's going to win the TBS title, but if you want to really tell the story, let Red Velvet beat her at some point. Like, let it, like, don't touch that feud for a while. Like, get past that.
Yeah.
Let Jade have her
title. I'm interested to see who's going to win between Soho and Statlander, because are we going to get Statlander versus Rose 3, or are we going to get Ruby versus Rose?
I'd rather see Ruby versus Rose, because we've seen the other one.
Ruby versus Rose, I think, for that reason, because no one's ever seen it.
Yeah, and also they're both baby faces. The same way that Thunder Rose is going to beat Jamie Hayter because.
Oh, Rosa, right? Yeah. No, you know who I was thinking? I mean, Nyla Rose. Who isn't she? Who does she have to beat?
She beat Sheeta.
Right. So
who is she going to be? Ruby or
she gets the winner of Ruby and Statlander.
Yeah. So I want to see Nyla Rose versus Ruby Soho because I've never seen it.
I have a feeling it's going to be Ruby and Cargill in the finals. I think it's going to be one of the two of them.
What about Thunder Rosa?
Thunder Rosa is going to lose to Jade Cargill. She's gonna beat Jamie Hayter, but I think she's going to lose to Jade Cargill. That's how I'm calling it. Now,
I just want to see Jamie Hayter.
Me too. I don't see her winning the match yet because she already. Again, they're kind of going. But what I do see happening is Cargill will beat Thunder Rosa, but I think it's going to be like underhanded, where somehow like Britt and them are going to go that, because I do think you're going to get another Britt Thunder Rosa feud, because they're kind of like hyping up she already beat Rebel, she's going to beat Jamie. It's just going to be up to her to beat Britt.
I think that's the match that has to happen. Those two for the AEW Women's title.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the way timing's going to happen, I'm probably going to lose points on Thunder Rosa for that Cargill match, but that's okay, because I'm still going to win the whole thing.
Yeah, it's gonna go nuts now.
Rod, who beat you last time? Who's ahead of you still?
Oh my God, you're really riding that, huh? You're really gonna ride it, huh?
Because we all know that Chuck is better than Rod.
Yeah, you're definitely not, but okay.
Sleeping Giant, motherfuckers. Sleeping Giant.
If you beat me, I'm happy. I hope you do, actually.
I just
want
wanna-
Rod to beat me.
Speaking of which, Born America, you fight
Because here's the thing: if you beat me, Jay, if you beat me,
yeah,
that makes you already better than Rod, because Rod can't beat me.
Oh, okay. I've already beaten him twice, but okay.
But you can't beat me, so Jay beats me.
I already beat you, so
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't recall.
Right, of course.
There's only one
Of
person I
course.
want to beat.
That's
It's not Rod. It's not Chuck. I think you guys know who I want.
I know who it is.
Well, it would have to be in the Strong Style League Finals for that to happen because you're seeded. So
He better not
Because
piggyback on my damn points again. That
that's
some bitch
what
better not
the
piggyback on my points.
damn
5 seed luck.
Ever.
I actually, honestly, if I can't win, you know what I want the finals to be? I want RJ and Mark in the finals.
that'd be
That would be
interesting.
cool.
Because both
I
of
mean,
you
that would be
are
cool
fresh
too.
blood, and I want to see it. It would be fresh. Because
That
Rod
would be
always
cool.
wins. Rod's like the John Cena of fantasy wrestling.
Shoot.
I want
That's not a compliment.
Robert.
Yo, stop
Robert.
hating.
I want to beat Robert.
And you will.
That's who I want.
You want
You hear
Robert in
me?
the finals.
You hear me? I
Robert
want
K.
to kick your ass.
Does Robert K listen to these, Rod?
Yes, so he's gonna
He
hear
actually
it.
listens. He knows what goes on.
Yes, he's gonna
So
hear
then
this.
he
So
never
then good. Call him
responds.
out. Do it. Do what you gotta do.
I've called him
Do what
out
you gotta do.
multiple times. I've called you out multiple times. And
should
you're
have him on
too
here.
good? Are you too good for me?
I
Oh
think we should have
boy.
him on here at some
Mark
point.
my word.
Oh, trust me,
You
I'll ask
me.
him.
EOW.
Oh man, talking smack again. I love our smack talks on here. I do. I love smack talk.
Oh, that was fun. Anyway, okay.
But I'm glad we got Breckles on here, and I'm glad like we
Yes.
got that ironed out. We'll have him back on. Maybe his internet will
Yeah.
be a little more reliable. He's only learning Zoom. I get it. Not everybody uses it. I get it.
I had fun, aside the whole angle, whatever the hell. I don't do kayfabe all the time. I don't give a
What's
shit.
kayfabe? Kayfabe isn't real anymore unless you're MJF.
Yeah. I just I
I'm
have
just
no
excited
problem
about,
with
like,
the
this on
guy, but
big
that's
weekend.
already been made. It is what it is. It's fun.
Yeah, this is a good one to do before Thanksgiving. So this is
Yeah.
a good one.
Thanksgiving is coming. I'm excited about. Well,
I'm excited
So
about
am I.
it. No, it's gonna be a good week. I got a show with Next Generation on Wednesday night, Thanksgiving Eve. I'm going straight from work. I'm loading the car up early. Rain change clothes. I'm going right there. I'm playing a show. Then I got Thanksgiving. I'm gonna eat a ton of food. Get the food coma. I'm gonna be too tired to
best
do
thing
anything.
to happen to me this week has been this damn show. 3 days in the hospital for a kidney stone.
How you
2
feeling?
days with a bad back.
How's your back feeling?
It's getting there. It's getting better.
What happened to your
I
back?
wanna
Did you just
go to a
what you
show
tweak
tonight.
it? What happened to your back exactly? And is it like your lower back, your mid back, your upper back?
Yeah, my lower back just got tight and hurt like hell. And it first happened right before the kidney stone. And then literally the day I came home from the hospital, it decided, fuck you, Jay. I'm going to make your life hell again.
Maybe you slept on it weird and tweaked it.
Probably.
I tweak my back all the time. That's why I do the yoga, because like I tweak my back. I jerk around my sleep. My back's always killing me when I wake up. But like once I do yoga and I loosen up, I feel fine.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Here, no, seriously, check this out. I'm gonna lean this forward a little bit. Watch. Want to see something really cool for your back? Do this.
What?
You'll be good. Just do this.
Yeah, they were.
Do that. It is so good for your back. Just go forward. Yeah, no, seriously.
Yeah, you can't see me doing this on camera, but
It's
you see my
okay.
nice kind of.
I'm just being up, buddy, helping you out with your back. I mean, I don't know much, but I know like I do that a lot, and that really helps. That is so good because like it stretches out that back, and the more you can stretch, the more you're releasing that pressure on your back. So as far as you can go, do it. It doesn't matter if you don't go that far, but as far as you can, go as far as you can because like it'll loosen that part of your back up.
Yeah.
And it does. It helps. For all the years I hated on DDP, Rod, he saved my life. Yeah, for all the years I used to beg on DDP.
I don't know what you guys got going on tonight. You got your pay-per-view, and I'm talking to the people who are apparently listening to us. I got you got Rod, help me out here.
Turning Point. It's on at 10 o'clock, just to let everybody know, because they're in Vegas, so it's on late. It's on at 10.
Yeah, I know that.
I think I have anything planned.
Is their match, is the pre-match, whatever.
9:30.
And then tomorrow you got Survivor Series. We're not really enthusiastic about it, but
I'm gonna watch it.
But watch
again, aside for like we have touched on it. I mean, other than that, we got Biggie and Roman, which we touched on. I still think Roman's gonna win. We got that 25-person battle royal, which is like everybody that's not in a match. Like, oh, let's throw them in a battle royal. You know, shit's bad when you have Ricochet and AJ Styles in the battle royal, but I'm excited about it because they're good for like.
AJ Styles in a wow, yeah.
Yeah, they put AJ Styles in the battle royal.
It's time. I think that's a sign saying, AJ, time to move on to greener pastures.
I agree to a point, but I do think AJ Styles has it made there. I don't think he's going to end his career in WWE, but I think he's doing his WWE run, and he's had a great run there. But I think
Grand Slam champion,
the Universal Champion. He's never been Universal Champion.
They need to put him on SmackDown, which will never happen because he hates Michael Hayes.
Oh, that's
and Heyman too.
Oh yeah, he had issues with Heyman too. That's right.
Because of he didn't think that he stood up for the Good Brother. But honestly, he shouldn't hate Heyman. You know why? Because of their firing, the Good Brothers became a bigger deal.
Still,
yeah, but you got. But again, AJ's not looking at it that way. He's looking at it. He's in that company. On a business level, he's seeing it as, okay, these are my friends in this company, and you just didn't fight for them, and you didn't fight for their jobs. I agree with you. Like, yeah, they're doing better things now because they're again, a lot of these talent that get released, like them, like because the thing is, originally, Luke Gallows was a WWE tailored guy because he started out in WWE, he trained through the WWE system, he did all that, and he had his stupid gimmicks. He had his Luke Gallows character, but what made him great was when he went to Japan because he's this type of guy who is designed for Japan, and then he teamed with Carl Anderson, and that made him a star there. So once you knew that he was able to do that work, it made him better, and that's why WWE wanted him. And
then like the Talking Shop of Mania stuff, since their release, the Good Brothers have,
No, I agree.
Good Brothers have been everywhere. They're on AEW. They're
was.
Yeah. I mean, now they're back doing what they're doing on Impact. But
I'm sure they'll wind up in AEW again, though.
Them getting fired from getting released from WWE was probably one of the best things to happen for them.
Probably. They also got to rework in Japan a little bit, not in Japan, right, but New Japan.
Yeah.
At some point, I'm sure they'll wind up in Japan doing stuff.
You know what would be great? They're not going to do it, obviously, but Wrestle Kingdom? I would love to see the Good Brothers versus God.
Me too. I think it'd be great. I think it'd be a good thing. I feel like because of like, even though like we're at what we're calling like the endemic of COVID, because we're pretty much at the end of it now. Like it's still a thing. It's always gonna be a thing. It's an endemic in the respect that with time, a lot of things can be required of it. So you're still gonna be able to get it, but it's not gonna be like a world issue anymore. Like,
oh, by the way, I think you should know something.
What's that?
Our podcast is as long as Jeff Jarrett's podcast and Eric Bischoff's podcast.
Is it? Oh, time-wise?
Over 2 hours. Yeah, I know.
It depends. Some of them are long, some of them aren't. It depends on our episodes. Some of them hit 2 hours. Our longest one is still going with Hash. That one was like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, and that's about the same amount of time as if you look at Bischoff and Jarrett.
Yeah,
Theirs are
they go for a while. Yeah, it depends on what. Yeah, I think it depends on what we're discussing and who we have on.
Yeah.
Sometimes our guests kind of drive how long our episodes are,
I agree.
which is
So
good. Like,
you got Rod, you have anything else to say? Do you guys want to put a pin in it?
I think we touched on everything.
Just want to say, enjoy your wrestling weekends for our listeners. Enjoy your Thanksgivings.
Yeah. Happy Turkey Day, kids. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another fun-filled episode.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, whatever the hell that's going to be, whoever the hell that's going to be, and later Boom and all that stuff, whatever.
Yeah. If we do it in 2 weeks, it'll be right before Hard Time 2.
Before you finish, yeah, Hard Times 2, we'll definitely talk about that. Before you finish, YouTube, SoundCloud, wherever you get your podcasts, Attention Wrestling Disorder, like, subscribe,
Spotify.
review.
Everything.
Leave comments. Let us know what you like, don't like. All that
Yeah.
other good stuff.
What do you want us to talk about? Whatever you want. We'll listen.
Subscribe, like, all that fun stuff.
All of the things. All right, guys. It has been a pleasure again doing this.
Oh yes, that's always.
Happy Turkey Day, gents. I'm sure we'll chat
Yes.
personally, but on this level, you guys have a happy Turkey Day Wednesday,
Same
Thursday
here.
rather, and we'll do it because
All
we
right.
are just too sweet.